Justice Poonam Bamba, esteemed family members of Justice Poonam Bamba who are present amongst us today, my esteemed sister and brother judges of the High Court, Shri Chetan Sharma, Additional Solicitor General of India, Shri K.K. Manan, Chairman Bar Council of Delhi, Shri Sanjay Rao, Standing Counsel Government of Delhi, Criminal, Shri Santosh Tripathi, Standing Counsel Government of Delhi, Civil, Standing Counsels of the Central Government, State Government, Shri Mohit Mathur, President High Court Bar Association, Shri Jatan Singh, Vice President Delhi High Court Bar Association, Shri Sandeep Sharma, Secretary Delhi High Court Bar Association, Executive Members of the Delhi High Court Bar Association, Office Bearers of Bar Council of Delhi and other district bar associations, Senior Advocates, Members of the Bar, Members of print and electronic media, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to all of you. We have assembled here to bid farewell to Honorable Justice Poonam Bamba, who has been serving on the bench of this court since 28th of March 2022. Justice Bamba was born on 1st of September 1961 in Delhi. She finished her schooling from Delhi and graduated in Botany Honours from Hansraj College, University of Delhi in the year 1980. She enrolled for the LLB course in the same year and completed LLB degree in 1983 from Faculty of Law, University of Delhi. Thereafter, Justice Bamba pursued LLM from the same faculty in the year 1988. She also holds a diploma in administrative law from Indian Law Institute, New Delhi. Justice Bamba had a diverse professional experience. She practiced as an advocate in the district courts and High Court of Delhi from 1983 to 1987. From 1987 to 1966, she worked as a law officer in Punjab National Bank and as Deputy Chief Law Officer in the Central Bank of India. From 1996 to 2002, Justice Bamba worked in the Securities and Exchange Board of India as Division Chief and Joint Legal Advisor. During these engagements, Justice Bamba frequently represented these banks and SEBI before various fora in the country, including Securities Appellate Tribunal. Along with professional engagements, Justice Bamba always endeavored to expand her knowledge by indulging in academic programs. She attended various international training programs, such as Program on Capital Markets at Baruch College, New York, Program on Investigation and Enforcement of Securities Laws at Securities and Exchange Commission, Washington, USA, and various conferences at International Organization of Securities Commissions. In 2002, Justice Bamba rose to the bench and joined the Delhi Higher Judicial Service. During her tenure of over 19 years in the district judiciary, she presided over various jurisdictions, including Family Court, Matrimonial Court, Land Acquisition Court, Sessions Court, and a special judge for CBI. For a period of almost 5 years, from 2016 to 2021, Justice Bamba worked in the capacity of District Justice Training College, Institute of Capital. Best for all your future endeavors. We pray for your good health for all the times to come. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Senior panels, central government standing councils, successful career. In the return, after she'd completed the rounds, go into that sort of a zone once in a time. You performed various quasi-judicial functions there. In 2002, after working with SEBI for 7 years, 21 years as a judge, dealt with many significant cases like the aluminium casket case in 84, unfortunate Sikh riots case. During your tenure, Justice NJP, which you said in an emotional tone to an interview. And it's also to be said here that as a very caring Bamba, and credit must go not less and its rich heritage and journey from a palace at the University of Delhi in 1983. She's also a keen bird watcher and a keen of self has adopted up in country healing modalities and meditation, etc. Subject of mental health is very close to your ladyship, and you've conducted numerous workshops through entire. Just one, it is Sanskrit Divas. We have perhaps been a little less cognizant of these facts because we only say that tying of a rakhi is what it is, but it's a very big, it's a very pious occasion. And whenever we talk of Poonam, we cannot, Justice Shakdar, but always refer to Lord Mahadev, who carries the Poonam, who carries the Chandrama on his head. And it's also lesser known that when Swami Vivekananda addressed the Congregation on Universality of Religions, when he spoke, so people say that when he spoke, brothers and sisters, there was a rousing reception that he got, which went on for quite some time. And people clapped and wept because nobody had called them brothers and sisters. Few know that, and this is the context I'm speaking, few know that in that speech, Swamiji referred to the 7th stanza of what we know as Pushpadant created Shiv Mahimna Stotra. That is an ode to Lord Shiva, and it is considered the most beautiful, amongst others, perhaps the most beautiful of the odes to Lord Shiva. In the 7th, I'll not read the full of it, in the 7th shloka of Shiv Mahimna Stotra, and this has a meaning here, and I'll tell you why, and to tell your lordships why. Ruchinam Vaichitrya Dujukutilana Nana Panth Jajusham Nadameko Gamyam Stavamasi Payasa Samarna Vava Iva. It means various tributaries, various individual consciences, they ultimately go and merge in the universal consciousness of Mahadev or the universal consciousness. So that is the theme of this country's G20, which is taking place. And we have Vasudev Kutumbakam, the world is one family. Individuals and individuals ultimately will merge in that vast consciousness. So in the context of your being named Poonam, in the context of your being compared with what your parents named you and Mahadev, we wish you all the very best to you, your family. May you have a fruitful innings and a long one at that and a healthy one at that. Thank you very much.
Honorable Chief Justice Shri Satish Chandra Sharma ji, Justice Poonam Bamba ji, companion judges, Additional Solicitor General Shri Chetan Sharma ji, Standing Counsel Shri Sanjay Lau and Santosh Tripathi ji, President Mr. Mohit Mathur, Vice President Shri Jatan Singh ji, Secretary Shri Sandeep Sharma, family members of the Justice Poonam Bamba ji, members Executive of New Delhi Bar Association, members of Bar Council of Delhi, ladies and gentlemen present. Though the Honorable Chief Justice has already elaborated her journey till today, in a relation she is my sister, and today is Raksha Bandhan. Sister of my close friend Mr. Jay. So I will not take much time. We have gathered to honor, celebrate the remarkable career of a true legal luminary, Justice Poonam Bamba. With a heart filled with respect and admiration, we bid farewell to a distinguished jurist. Justice Bamba's journey in the legal realm has been nothing short of extraordinary. Her commitment to fairness, her dedication to truth, her pursuit of justice have left a mark on our judicial system. Justice Bamba's humility, grace, and unassuming demeanor have won the hearts of not just her colleagues in the legal fraternity, but all those who have had the privilege to interact with her. Only a few are aware that her father, Dr. Jankra Jay, is a veteran lawyer and a distinguished member of the bar. Her brother, Mr. Jay, is a lawyer and he was a president of NDBA, New Delhi Bar Association, Patiala House. When Justice Poonam Bamba was elevated to the Hon'Ble Delhi High Court, her father said, "She has fulfilled my dreams." And following in her father's footsteps, Justice Bamba's courtroom has been a heaven for the oppressed. One of her most notable contributions has been in the realm of women's rights. Justice Bamba, by interpreting laws in a ways that address the unique challenges faced by women, she has been a driving force in the ongoing struggle for gender justice. A trained mediator, Justice Poonam Bamba is an authority on family courts matter. She has authored 4 interesting books: Perfect Marriage, Not a Mirage, How to Save Your Marriage, Temple of Justice, A School of Life, and A Parents at War, Custody Battles in Indian Courts. These books will continue to influence the young minds in the legal fraternity for time to come. Furthermore, Justice Bamba's dedication to environmental issues and sustainable development has also been evident in her rulings. As Justice Bamba embarks on this new chapter of life called a retirement, her commitment to justice will continue to illuminate the path of righteousness, and her legacy of apathy will forever remind us of the importance of the human side of the law. May you find your joy in the simple pleasure of life, and may your days be filled with all the happiness that you have tirelessly worked to bring into the lives of others. Congratulations, Justice Poonam, on your retirement. May your days ahead be bright and fulfilled as the justice you have delivered throughout your illustrious career. Thank you very much.
A very warm greeting of the day to Honorable Chief Justice of Delhi High Court, Honorable Mr. Justice Siddharth Midul, Honorable Mr. Justice Manmohan, Honorable Mr. Justice Rajiv Shankar, Honorable Mr. Justice Suresh Kumar Kat, Honorable Mr. Justice Sanjeev Sachdeva, Honorable Mr. Justice Bibu Bakru, Honorable Mr. Justice V. Kameshwar Rao, Honorable Mr. Justice Yashwant Verma, all the esteemed judges of the Honorable Delhi High Court, Mr. Chetan Sharma, ASG Union of India, Mr. Mohit Mathur, President Delhi High Court Bar Association, Mr. Jatan Singh, Vice President Delhi High Court Bar Association, Mr. K.K. Manan, Chairman Bar Council of Delhi, Mr. Sandeep Sharma, Secretary Delhi High Court Bar Association, Mr. Sanjay Law, Standing Counsel Criminal, Government of and City of Delhi, all scholarly Additional Standing Council of Government of and City of Delhi, all scholarly Standing Council of the Central Government, Executive Member of the Delhi High Court Bar Association, Senior Advocates, Learned Member of the Bar, Family Members of Honorable Justice Poonam Bamba, and everyone present here. Today is a momentous occasion when we have gathered here to celebrate the illustrious career of true legal luminary who has graced our judiciary with unparalleled wisdom, integrity, and dedication. As we bid farewell to Justice Poonam Bamba, we reflect upon the remarkable journey that has spanned approximately 21 years of service to the cause of justice. Justice Bamba was born on 1st September 1961 in Delhi. She graduated with the honors in botany from Hansraj College, Delhi University. She completed her LLB in 1983 and LLM in 1988 from the Faculty of Law, Delhi University. My ladyship earned the title of Best Athlete of the Law Faculty, Delhi University in the year 1983. She has done diploma in the administrative law from the Indian Law Institute, New Delhi. Justice Bamba practiced as an advocate in Delhi District Courts and High Court from the year 1983 to 1987, and thereafter as a law officer and Deputy Chief Officer Legal with Punjab National Bank, Central Bank of India respectively from 1987 to 1996. She not only represented the Security Exchange Board of India in various tribunals across the India, but also worked as Division Chief Legal and Joint Legal Advisor from 1996 to 2002 with SEBI Mumbai. Later on 5 December 2002, Justice Bamba joined Judiciary, Delhi High Court Judicial Services for a period of around 21 years. She presided various jurisdictions such as ADJ Matrimonial Court, Tisajari, ADJ Land Acquisition Court, Additional Session Judge in Patiala House Court, Special Judge CBI Patiala House Court, Principal Judge Family Court Saket, District and Session Judge Saket Court and Patiala House Court. My ladyship was elevated as a permanent judge of the Hon'Ble Delhi High Court on 28th of March 2022. Justice Bamba is a trained mediator and has attended international training programs at Baruch College in New York, USA. She has attended various conferences at International Organization of Securities Commission. Justice Bamba has not only written articles on various subjects in Journal of Delhi Judicial Academy, National Stock Exchange, and the Central Bank of India, but has authored 4 books: Perfect Marriage, Not a Mirage, How to Save Your Marriage, Temple of Justice, A School of Life, and A Parent at War, Custody Battle in the Indian Courts. From the early days of her legal career to the pinnacle of her time on bench, my ladyship has exemplified the highest standard of judicial excellence. Her journey began with a commitment to the ideals of justice and fairness, a commitment that not only grew stronger over the years. As we bid farewell to the Justice Bamba, I would like to mention a few cases of which my ladyship was a part of. 1. Madhubala versus State. It was held that since the appellant is not in a position to take care of herself, even though the schizophrenia is in a remission at the moment, nor does any of her family members are inclined to look after her, it is the duty of the state to take adequate care of her and such other patients, for which purpose the short and long stay homes have been set up. In Vinu Kalia versus State, the court observed that it is further well established that if the testimony of the eyewitness is cogent and conviction, merely because there is no recovery of weapon, cannot make the prosecution case weak. In Hari Om versus State, it was observed that the onus of the appellant does not discharge with the false and frivolous explanation. Rather, the false and frivolous explanation can be treated as an additional link in the chain of circumstances. Throughout her tenure, Justice Bamba became a beacon of wisdom and guidance, navigating complex legal issues with a profound understanding of both the letter and the spirit of law. The courtroom was not merely a space of legal proceedings, but a platform where the justice was upheld, rights were protected. But Justice Bamba's contribution extends beyond the courtroom. She has been a mentor, a guide, and a source of inspiration for countless individuals who have had the privilege to work alongside her. In delivering justice, my ladyship has always seen both sides of the coin with a paragon of impartiality. Behind the row, my ladyship is known as compassionate soul who approaches each case with empathy, recognizing the human stories and complexities that lay beneath the legal arguments. Her judgments were not just a legal pronouncement, but a thoughtful reflection of her deep understanding of the impact of law on the people's lives. As Justice Bamba embarks on his new chapter of life, we offer our warmest wishes for a retirement filled with joy, relaxation, fulfillment of long dreams. May she find the time to explore the new horizon, embrace hobbies, and cherish moments with the loved ones that her dedicated to the bench might have previously kept at bay. Today, on behalf of Government of and City of Delhi and my team representing the Government of and City of Delhi in this Honorable High Court and my own behalf, I convey our best wishes to Honorable Justice Poonam Bamba and her family. May Almighty grant them good health, success, and all the happiness in the years to come. I take this opportunity to wish Honorable Justice Bamba a great success in all her future endeavors and an active and fulfilling next chapter beyond the bench. Thank you.
Honorable the Chief Justice, Justice Satish Chandra Sharma ji, Honorable Justice Poonam Bamba, other honorable judges of our dear High Court, learned Additional Solicitor General Shri Chetan Sharma ji, Mr. Jatan Singh and Sandeep Sharma, Vice President and Honorary Secretary of the Delhi High Court Bar Association, other members of the Executive Committee, former office bearers of the High Court Bar Association, Mr. K.K. Mannan, Senior Advocate and Chairman Bar Council of Delhi, and the other distinguished members of the Bar Council of Delhi, Mr. Santosh Tripathi, Standing Counsel, NCT of Delhi, office bearers of District Court Bar Associations, senior counsels and other esteemed members of the High Court Bar Association, friends and family of Justice Poonam Bamba, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. We are gathered here today to bid farewell to Justice Poonam Bamba ji, who superannuates today after serving for over 2 decades on the bench, although she demits office here at the High Court far too soon, having joined us only as recent as March 22. Though it has been a short span of time since this institution has gained from her services, which have been exemplary and of sterling standard that the nation has come to expect from this institution. I must admit, since the last few days, I was compelled to seek out the notable and memorable events from my Lord's vast professional career spanning over 4 decades, and I must share you with the result. As little as I had interacted with my Lords, and having appeared before her on occasions only, I discovered a most remarkable life and a life well lived. I am humbled to say the least, and I regret not getting to know more of you during your tenure with us, ma'am. I prefer to avoid going through the judicial pronouncements of the Honorable Judge who demit office. I laud the judges of the High Court for having discharged their duties with diligence. After all, we, counsels, don't make your job any easier. Let us, on this note, recount and celebrate the life and times of Justice Poonam Bamba, one of the most soft-spoken and gentle judges who has, through the years, contributed to the growth and progress of our institution. As was the case with Justice Waziri, in Justice Bamba's superannuation also, we lose another green bench of our court. Justice Bamba, one of the 6 siblings born to Sri Janak Raj Jai, a reputed counsel of his time, who stood for his principles even in adversities. Her lordship has been a human close to Mother Nature and has been a keen observer of human relations and family dynamics, having authored books on various aspects of marriage, custody battles, etc., as mentioned by the speakers before me. Ma'am, please allow this humble student also to take a few tips every now and then. A few would know of her days as a counsel, some might be present with us today. When Justice Bamba cultivated her practice on the banking and commercial side, gaining experience and excellence before all judicial forums, after serving as a law officer for some of the major banks and the Security Exchange Board of India in Bombay until 2002, when her lordship joined the Delhi Higher Judicial Services. Having you on the criminal roster was a pleasure, and it gave me few occasions to appear before you. Your calm demeanor and candor allowed counsels, at least on our side of the High Court, to argue their cases in a fair and open field. Beyond our world of cases, clients, and the courtroom anecdotes, it is who we are as human beings that almost always remains hidden under our all-black attire. We seldom get to see the color in each other's lives. Justice Bamba, as I mentioned earlier, is a most avid lover and observer of nature and its serenity. My lords had tremendous knowledge of the avian world and as a keen bird watcher. Ma'am's affection for the environment has also led her to adopt a microforest and pursue the adoption of trees at the district courts of Delhi, among numerous other efforts. Today, as you demit office, you have lesser burdens on your path to become completely one with nature. And I am certain you will continue to take unique initiatives and steps for the conservation and preservation of the greenery around you. An even lesser known fact, which I learned from certain Mukbir Khas, is your love for chocolates. And as life comes full circle today, and you enter the very first year of your next innings, as my Lord Justice Manmohan said, 3.0, may all your future pursuits and aspirations result in the sweetest of conclusions. And I am reminded of the phrase, life is just a box of chocolates. And after having learned so much about you in the last few years, on that note, I take this opportunity to thank you for all your years in service, right up to your time here with this honorable court, my lords. The members of the Delhi High Court Bar owe you a great debt and will reserve their right to rely and depend on you for your guidance as we step towards a brighter future. The young counsels, especially the young ladies in our profession, must learn from your life, and I'm sure they'll get the counsel and the guidance to rise higher from a role model like you. And so, on behalf of the members of the Delhi High Court Bar Association and its executive committee, we wish you farewell and a life of peace, serenity, and time with your loved ones. As tradition demands, we implore you to accept the honorary membership of the Delhi High Court Bar Association. As you were once one of us, it will be a privilege to have you with us once again as a guiding figure and trusted senior of this institution. We are all but birds of a feather. I thank your family members for being here with us today. I thank Anilji, your sons Apurv and Ishan, your brother Rajiv Jayaji, and all other next of kins. We wish you all the absolute best. Thank you and Godspeed, Justice Bamba, as your life has shown us before. May your flight hereon know no bounds. Thank you.
Honorable the Chief Justice, Shri Satish Chandra Sharma ji, my brother and sister judges, Shri Chetan Sharma, Learned Additional Solicitor General of India, Shri K.K. Mannan, Chairman Bar Council of Delhi, Mr. Sanjay Lau, Learned Standing Council Criminal, Government of NCT of Delhi, Shri Santosh Tripathi, Learned Standing Council Civil, Mr. Mohit Mathur, Senior Advocate and President, Delhi High Court Bar Association, Shri Jatan Singh, Vice President, Shri Sandeep Sharma, Honorary Secretary, and other members of the Executive of Delhi High Court Bar Association, President and office bearers of other district bar associations, learned senior advocates, members of the bar, my family members, other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Namaskar. It seems as if it was yesterday when I began my journey. And I thank each one of you for taking me through my journey. And I'm grateful for the kind words showered on me. Sorry, I missed to mention Nandita ji, because she is sitting in the back seat. We have amongst us Nandita Rao. I am reminded of a very famous dialogue of Rajesh Khanna in film Anand. बाबू मशाए जिंदगी बड़ी होनी चाहिए, लंबी नहीं. So I can say that my journey in the High Court, though short, had been very significant for me. And if legitimate expectation of long tenure is met, that is always welcome. I am grateful to each one of you for adding value to my life, particularly the companion judges here in High Court, who embraced me as their own, although the tenure was very short. Once someone asked me, do you believe in destiny? I did not know how to respond. I wasn't sure. But today when I look back at my life journey, I can answer it better. I think it was destiny's push that I'm here today. And I stand here exactly 40 years since I joined this journey in the field of law. As everyone mentioned, I was a science student and had nothing to do with law, never dreamt of it. But after completing my BSc Botany Honours, I was awaiting my enrollment in MSc, which took some time. And my father persuaded me to join law in the interregnum. Though reluctantly joined, But by the time my call for those times, there used to be one science faculty and centralized admissions. I got a call for MSc Botany, but by that time I had started enjoying law, and rest is history. Very few would know, as someone also mentioned today, that soon after finishing my law, I had taken an examination for Delhi Judicial Service. I was selected in the year 1985, but as the luck would have it, it was not to be. But then I never looked back since then. And I think it is nature's way. I was blessed, and it was the nature's way of blessing me with exposure in different fields, right from practicing law before courts, working in banks, then my experience in capital market regulator, Security and Exchange Board of India. And SEBI also added a great value to my life by giving me international exposure, which is valuable for me. So I can say I could not join judiciary in 1985, but after a trajectory of about 18 years, having moved from place to place, I came back to join judiciary in Delhi Higher Judicial Services in the year 2002. And things don't happen just like that. You know, nature works through its own instruments. So persons instrumental in bringing me to this prestigious institution of judiciary were my father, Dr. Janakraj Jay, who is present here, and late Shri C.A. Achyutan, the presiding officer of Securities and Securities Appellate Tribunal, before whom I used to appear and argue on behalf of SEBI. One day, Mr. Achyutan called me to his chamber and he said, apply for DHJS. There is one post I've seen in employment news we used to get in those days. So sensing my reluctance, he kind of sealed the conversation. He said, go and apply, we'll discuss about it later. So this is how, at that time I was very comfortably placed at a senior position in SEBI and was looking forward to my further growth in SEBI at Mumbai. My children had also settled there. But I did apply, and this is how I am back in Delhi after this long trajectory. So maybe now I can say I was destined to join judiciary. Though things are destined, I think the choices we make in life help us further our destiny. So people sometimes ask, if everything is destined, so why work? This is the question in spiritual world which is asked. I said, things are destined, but you have to make choices, sometimes tough ones. So I take this opportunity to express my deepest gratitude to my parents, to Mr. Achyutan, who saw in me the potential which I didn't know existed. Though I moved on from one kind of work to another, from practicing law, then working in banking sector, and then securities market. But I can today, with great satisfaction, can say the judiciary is the forum which was most enriching in my life. It gave me immense satisfaction, not only at personal level, not only at professional level, but also at personal level. Professionally, in whatever little way, if I could meaningfully touch lives, whether while dealing with haggard spouses, traumatized children, abandoned children, senior citizen parents, under trial criminals, corporates, or citizens whose lands had been acquired, and even terrorists. And at personal level, I give full credit to judiciary for my exponential growth and involvement as a human being. It is a wonder platform to perform. There is no interference. You can create anything you desire within four corners, but we all know law confers a lot of powers on the judges. As of course, we act as per law. So this gave me a platform to grow and evolve in every which way. and litigants and lawyers who showed me the mirror, reminding that we are simply servants of society, were the gurus who kept me grounded. The ones who always had grievance against the system or the judges also taught me that they hold nothing personal against me. They just exhibit their own personal experiences with the system. And those who showered praises also gave me a lesson. It is time to detach. All those things are directed at your seat, your position. Although all praises were not unwelcome. And lastly, those who vociferously argued in courts on everything but the subject matter also taught me to, not be pulled in their drama. Because I feel courtroom is the best place to exercise catharsis. And if I can say if I have to quote Osho, then it is a best place to have a dynamic meditation if someone knows a little bit about what dynamic meditation is. So these were the personal life lessons which I drew, and these life lessons were very, very meaningful for me because they motivated me to create the work I created. And the most of it was captured in Temple of Justice, a school of life. It was actually a school of life for me. And I thank each one of the litigant, lawyers, staff members, fellow colleagues, my senior brother and sister judges. They all enriched my life beyond words. And I say words don't do much justice. It is the essence you only can experience. So I am greatly, deeply indebted and grateful to each one of my colleagues here. And most of all these experiences also made me acutely aware of the role I performed as a judge in this drama of life. And that when this role ends today, I will take off my costume, the robe, and move on with grateful heart and as a deeply enriched person. This is my assessment of myself. I am not a great planner. I have moved organically through life, and life has been kind, very kind to me. And I've also experienced that divine takes care of you if you just trust. And when I merrily went around with business of my life, two of the senior colleagues asked me, "Speech likh li kya?" That was a kind of gentle reminder the universe gave that it is time to hang on the costume and collate your thoughts. So I'm grateful to Justice Rajiv Shakdar and Justice V.K. Rao, who asked me and gave a gentle nudge to me. And I also want to say that I have always been driven by passion. Whether the books I wrote, or the job I performed, or the forests I planted, or the programs I initiated for the officers and for others, they were all passion driven and with the intent to share my gifts, what I am gifted with by the Almighty. I always had a human-centric approach to governance and administration, and that came handy when I was posted as district judge in 3 different districts from time to time for about 5 years. I focused on each judicial officer as an individual first and a judge later. And my endeavor had always been to make the working space a little easier, little relaxed for peers, those who know me, because we all know we work under great pressure. So, and as some of you shared, that environment and mental health is very close to my heart. Everyone, I think, in this August gathering would acknowledge that as a human beings, we all yearn to be acknowledged and to know that we exist. So I tried my best wherever I worked to acknowledge people as themselves and not only as judges. And one day I was just sitting and thinking that even banks, make you fill up know your customer form before they deal professionally with you. So this made me think, set me thinking that why can't we have some forum to have a know your colleague forum. So although I was skeptical, but I took a leap of faith and I created a forum of know your colleague as a district judge in Patiala House Courts, where I as a district judge would introduce every officer as a person, his qualifications, his hobbies, his extraordinary qualities, and this made every officer felt very acknowledged in his own right. This also helped create congenial atmosphere. And this, besides this, as Additional Solicitor General mentioned, I also had that was also a very skeptical decision to begin with, to have a happiness committee. We used to hold, although you mentioned mediation, we used to start with meditation. A small meditation, we would have our happiness meetings, and they were an instant hit, which made me realize that we all look for going inwards to have a little time to ourselves. And these measures actually not only created bonhomie, but also, bonding amongst officers. And over a period of time, I found that their efficiency increased without me closely monitoring each one of them or their disposals. Disposals were anyway good because they trusted me and they trusted their colleagues. They knew they could walk up to without being judged and discuss their problems. Not only this, they were even encouraged to deal personally. We all have personal problems, although we come and wear this gown and sit. But we all get affected by it. Nobody can deny that. And sensitization of environment, that has been talked about. I planted 2 microforests. And one more thing which I did was to use PET plastic bottles, waste PET plastic bottle, to bring an end to a one-time use plastic, to create, vertical gardens with those waste bottles, which still exist and is doing fine. I keep taking reports from Saket and as well as Patiala House. So, as Justice Manmohan mentioned earlier in the day, I would say I'm blessed to receive this grand send-off twice over, once as a district judge and today as a judge of this High Court. Only chosen one can be showered with so much of love and affection, sir. Today I bow down to every person who thought of this tradition, although I was a little anxious as to so many things happening in one day, But I think whosoever thought about it must have had something in mind. And I also realized this great tradition of, the next person retiring, next judge retiring, accompanying the retiring judge. I had this privilege of accompanying Justice Najmi Waziri. And when I reached his place, while chit-chatting with Rakshanda ji, his wife, she shared something very profound. And that was a moment of awakening for me. She shared that I was discussing with Javed Akhtar ji about Justice Waziri's retirement. She shared that who told her that be patient and gentle with him, because for men, and you can maybe include career women before I sound anti-feminist. For men, retirement is just like bereavement, because a very significant part of his life comes to an end. So that was kind of a jolt and awakening for me. Firstly, I realized with every type of ending, a part of you dies forever. And secondly, it was also a lesson to live consciously in awareness always that we only performed a role. We haven't seen any actor, how beautiful a movie may be, how long a movie may be. But when he hangs his costume, he's aware that this is a role he performed. So it's a kind of homecoming when you hang on your robes or your costume. And this is, maybe I can tell my younger colleagues that I started practicing it. When I hang my coat in the evening on that stand, I do it with consciousness that this is the role I was performing, and tomorrow I put on makeup and put on the costume once again. Though tough thing to do. Why we get so entangled in this role, thinking that we are the roles, because we work such long hours in the court, then carry work home. So we have created a hodgepodge of work life instead of having a balance of work and life. So maybe I am done with it. Maybe with consciousness, when today's role is over, I will rest. So today I demit office with deep gratitude in my heart and also a great sense of satisfaction of having lived by the oath of my office. I think I have discharged my duties to the best of my ability. And I once again take this opportunity to express my deepest gratitude to my parents, who encouraged and stood by me in every single endeavor of mine, who provided unstinted support in bringing up my children so that I could work with free mind. I'm also thankful to my parents-in-law, who not only bore with my ways, but also respected my decisions and the choices I made. My sisters and brothers-in-law, my sister-in-law is here. I'm also grateful to my siblings who filled me with the confidence and self-worth and took pride in my progress. And I can't thank enough my husband Anil Bamba, who dreamed for me. He's a dreamer. As I told, I am no great planner. And who's nudged me and motivated me to move forward, and who single-handedly managed children while I joined SEBI at Mumbai, leaving him behind with both the children for about a year. Then again I moved back to Delhi. Again he was left with the elder son, who was in a crucial class of 11th and 12th, which he completed in Mumbai. I'm also deeply indebted to my sons Apurva and Ishan, who always understood demands of my profession and have been my guiding lights. I'm also grateful to my daughter-in-law, Vidushi. She is my creative partner. And my grandson Mir, who is my dance partner. And he also taught me to live in the moment and to let your hair down after the day's work. And I also take this occasion to thank all my friends who always stood by me and celebrated each milestone I achieved more than I did. I must also mention the great contribution in my life of my colleagues at District Judiciary, who reposed faith in me and showered me with their love and affection. I must also mention, which I came to know much later, my Chief Public Prosecutor, Salim Khan, at District Saket. He visited me after my elimination. He is a namazi and would always keep all the rozas. He said, "Ma'am, मैं आपके लिए दुआ करता रहा." And he seemed so happy on my elevation that I had to check with myself that am I so happy as he is? So I feel it was all blessings of everyone who kind of prayed for me to be here, and here I am thanking them. I'm also grateful to all my senior and fellow sister and brother judges, who embraced me as their own in this short tenure. And I cannot thank enough Justice Rekha Palli, Justice Subramaniam Prasad, and Justice Jyoti Singh for their support, and who were my go-to person when my roster was changed towards the end. I am also grateful to my support staff at District Judiciary. And I must mention, while working here, the working conditions everyone knows. I could not have survived without immense and unending support of my private secretary, Ms. Manjeet Kaur, who took all the burden off my shoulders, allowing me to focus on my professional responsibilities. My senior PAs, Chandan, Manju, and Geeta, who tirelessly performed without any demur, even putting in late hours and even on holidays, so that I can deliver on time. And most of all, who put up with my idiosyncrasies sometimes. I also place on record my gratitude to my court master Faisal Zaki, who helped me run through the digital files, which was a new way of working in High Court. My assistant court master Devendra Mehta, restorer Rakesh, and my court attendants who were always present on the press of the bell, Amit, Suman, Pradeep, Ram Kumar, Dinesh. And my usher Ajit, whom I cannot thank enough, who guided me through the unknown alleys of this court complex. My chauffeur Vaibhav, whose punctuality helped me to be in time always. I'm also grateful to my law researchers, Abhishek, Monu, Raghav. They kept on changing in this short tenure as well. Anmol, Swarit, Chaitanya, who helped me with day-to-day work and in researching. I also like to place on record the gratitude I feel for the medical protocol team who promptly supported me even at unearthly hours. I express my deepest gratitude to each soul present as Sachin Sharma ji spoke, present, not present, on this significant day of my life. So in the end, I would only mention, please forgive me, if unknowingly I have hurt anyone in any manner. Thank you so much. Jai Hind.
With Lordship's permission, close the proceedings.
Yes, please.
The proceedings are closed.